Good morning, everyone. I'm on the road heading somewhere. And I thought I'd say good morning to everyone because tonight is that huge Alabama Trump rally. Hey, Leroy. Welcome. I'm about to get on the highway. I just filled the car up with gas. I'm a little ticked off because I had the pump locked so it stops when it fills up, and the pump here is broken and it did not stop when the tank was filled. I wish I was live streaming then so you guys could have seen it. Yes. Good morning. All right. So this rally tonight with President Trump is expected to be a really, really big one. Roll this window up. I might have to roll the windows up. It's a beautiful day, but when I get on the highway, you won't be able to hear me. I've got the sunroof open. I'm ready to go. This rally tonight will be a good one because there's so much terrible things that are happening right now. So many terrible things are happening. We need President Trump to share his thoughts on all of them. And this is going to be an epic rally. You know, I really hope he goes through in detail a little bit more than he did with Hannity on what he had planned for Afghanistan, what the real exit strategy was, and all of that. That would be spectacular. I'd also like him to get into the fact that the Taliban are on Twitter, but he's not. You know, I have a real good podcast I uploaded last night, so check out my podcast. I'm on most podcast platforms. Today's high, it says here, is going to be, oh my goodness, in the 90s, of course. It's Florida. Well, I'm not going to say where I'm going right now. I'm going somewhere to vlog and make a video. I'm going to make one for this YouTube channel and my other one. Yeah, let me put the windows up so you guys can hear me. I'm getting on the highway, so in a bit, I'll have to, there we go. Close the sunroof, close the windows on this beautiful Florida morning. But I'm going somewhere to make some vlogs today. One for this channel and something else for my other channel. Oh, hurricane. I saw you getting a hurricane. Yeah, you know, hurricanes are not fun. If they, I don't know what level hurricane you're going to get. But say it's a level 1. Don't let people tell you, oh, it's a level 1. It's a, level 1 hurricane. Hurricanes are bad news. I'm in Florida. I know. Believe me. Don't buy all this don't worry crap. Do your prep. Whatever they, and the best place to watch for the hurricane news is not your local news, especially in Connecticut. They don't know what the hell they're talking about with the hurricanes. Watch the Weather Channel. I watch the Weather Channel. I watch our local news in Miami. They have a lot of hurricane experience, but I mostly watch the Weather Channel during hurricanes here in Florida. They got the best info. They have one guy there who panics people. I don't know his name. He's in the studio, not the outside guy. But they give you pretty good information. I'm getting on the highway, so I got to watch the road. No, this rally tonight with President Trump will be epic. Usually when I head out about 5 in the morning when it's dark, but I'm not in so much of a hurry today, so I'm leaving a couple hours later than I normally would. I'm in a construction zone, so sorry guys. Might get a little twisted phone here on the angle until I get on the highway. I'm just on the on-ramp. There's no doubt Trump will talk about Afghanistan. I would like him to talk about Afghanistan a great deal, mostly about Afghanistan. Talk about his dealings with Afghanistan, what his plans were. And I also want to hear his take on this press conference. Biden's press conference yesterday. There's a lot of people are saying he lied in the press conference about a lot of things. Biden's a liar. There's no doubt about it. But Biden is also suffering from some age-related cognitive issues. We don't know exactly what. And I think a lot of what people are calling him a liar about, not that he wouldn't lie about it if he had his wits about him. I think a lot of it is he's checked out, he doesn't know what's going on. And this business with him saying that the NATO leaders haven't been critical of him and his policies in Afghanistan, I don't think that was a lie. I think they're not showing him the news. I don't think he's really getting informed about much of anything. That's how it seems to me. He's totally checked out. Joe Biden is probably forging his signature on all the freaking official documents half the time. I'd like to see someone do a signature analysis of orders and other documents that Biden has signed in the past 7 months and do a comparison to see if they were signed by the same person. That would be a very, very interesting analysis. No, not warp speed. Always the speed limit. A lot of traffic. It's nice out there. I'll show you guys the road a little bit. Kind of on an angle. Yeah, it's Florida. We've got palm trees everywhere. There's sunrise over there. It is, yeah. We have nice roads in Florida. Sorry, guys, I can't watch the chat while I'm driving. I'm in my wife's car today. You know, there's a guy right on my bumper. I hate when people do that because there are people in front of me. I can't go anywhere. You know, I keep the proper car lengths between me and the cars ahead of me, especially on the highway, and I got this jerk behind me. It's only a matter of time before he starts blinking his lights. These road bullies. They get behind someone, they basically rub your bumper, they try to intimidate you to change lanes, even if you're going the proper speed. And then as soon as they get by you, they go full speed to the next person and they start rubbing their bumper. This guy in front of me, though, is going way too slow. I'm just going to go around him. I'm not going to rub people's bumpers and flash my lights. I hate that. I really do, don't you guys? You know, and there's another, I talked about this in great detail on my podcast last night, so make sure you check it out. The FBI investigation, they've released a statement on the January 6th investigation, and they have found zero evidence that Trump and the people in his orbit had anything to do with the January 6th Capitol breach. And if that's the case, why is he not back on social media? Because isn't that why he was banned? They banned him from social media, President Trump, because of the Capitol breach. And he was just cleared by the FBI. So he should be back on social media, especially since the Taliban are up on social media. Well, they're not on Facebook, the Taliban. They're on Twitter. But not only did they clear President Trump and everyone connected to President Trump in the Capitol breach. If you're new here, subscribe, by the way. Subscribe, click that notification bell. Everyone like the video. Just passed the Popo, state trooper. It's a good thing I'm driving the speed limit. He was hitting pretty good. Of all the police officers to be, the state troopers, that's the worst. All they do is hide, give people tickets all day. Oh, I'm not telling anybody where I'm going right now. Well, my wife knows where I'm going always, of course, but other than my wife and daughter, I'm keeping it on the down low today. I'm going to make a vlog today for this channel. Popo? Yeah. That's so Florida. I don't know if that's Florida. Oh, they see a lot. Well, there's a lot of accidents. Oh, yeah. They certainly do. But I don't really consider the state troopers like the regular police. I don't know what you guys think. Yeah, so not only did they've arrested and investigated in this new release, the FBI had 570 people from the Capitol breach, okay? And so they've totally cleared President Trump, everyone in his orbit, and they also said that, and I thought this was particularly interesting about the Capitol breach, that the breach was not organized, that it just basically happened on its own, which I don't fully agree with. But they not only cleared President Trump and everyone else in his circle, but they cleared all the breachers as being part of an organized event, an organized insurrection. That's astounding. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. And they've been investigating for months. They've been seriously interrogating people. Done extensive investigations. They still have people in jail in solitary confinement. So there's been no insurrection. Trump cleared. I mean, if it wasn't for what's going on in Afghanistan, that should be the lead story. It should be a top story right now, but it's not. Yeah, the thing about, okay, so you're talking about Lindsey Graham and the treason and all of this with Biden. I don't think Biden's committing treason. I think I think there's a couple of things going on. There's two things going on with Biden. The one thing that's gone on with him since he went to Congress in 1973 is corruption. And the second is his cognitive decline. And what's going on is a mix of both. And, I was talking about this earlier in the week. I'm glad other people are picking up on it. I've got my coffee down here. I was waiting for it to cool off. I haven't had any coffee this morning. I first picked up on this from a tweet of Nigel Farage. I'm getting ready to go through a toll plaza here. A toll plaza in a construction zone. Now I'll turn the camera on for the toll plaza. There we go. Nigel Farage tweeted about it, and I agree with it 100%. That this is the root of what's going on, is that Afghanistan has the largest lithium deposits in the world, and Biden has just given Afghanistan to China. And I was not aware of this. Maybe you guys were, and I just wasn't following it. But when we took over Afghanistan, the United States conducted a nationwide, in Afghanistan, which is a landlocked country, a complete geological survey, and found that Afghanistan's rich in a lot of ore and minerals, including gold, but that they have the largest lithium deposits on the planet. And this push towards electric cars, the batteries are powered by lithium batteries. And China is manufacturing large numbers of electric vehicles, and they have a bunch of new electric vehicles. I'm in a construction zone going through a toll plaza. This will be the last toll plaza for a long time. We don't really have too many toll plazas on the road. This is a relic. I'm surprised they haven't torn it down yet. China is about to really up their production of electric vehicles powered by lithium batteries. So there is definitely a component about the lithium in Biden with Afghanistan and China. There's no way that's not part of the equation of what's going on. The other thing that so that's, that's how it works. Biden's probably set up a deal for his whole family to be taken care of for the rest of their lives, because his family are a bunch of bums, and they all live off of Pop's corruption. So that's first and foremost what's going on with Biden in Afghanistan. There's no question about it, the corruption factor. But a close second is him being checked out. Now, a lot of people think that Biden's not as checked out as it seems, that it's an act he puts on. I think he does sometimes. I think he has good days and bad days, and sometimes when he's having a good day, he plays it up a little bit. Another thing about that press conference yesterday is Kamala did not look happy. In fact, I read a story yesterday that talked about this and saw some news people. I might have retweeted this. I can't remember if I tweeted or retweeted this or not yesterday. But some in the know are saying that the reason that Biden's press conference was so delayed yesterday, he was almost an hour late. And, of course you think, what are they doing, pumping him full of Red Bull, because he's got to go out there for 15, 20 minutes. But what's being reported is that the holdup in that press conference yesterday was that Kamala didn't want to go out there. And couldn't really see her face too well because she was wearing a mask, but you could see her eyes, and she did not look happy. In fact, Kamala looked annoyed. She looked pissed off and embarrassed out there with Biden yesterday. She did not want to be there. So I do think that's probably what the holdup was, or at least a part of the holdup. Make sure you're subscribed to get that notification bell clicked. That coffee sucks. I get coffee at that place all the time, and it does not taste very good. It doesn't taste like it normally does. It tastes like they didn't clean the coffee pot there for a few days, is what it tastes like to me. Or like old coffee that had been sitting around, like since last night that they heated up for me since I got there at opening. That would really be disappointing. Oh well, what are you going to do? It's an extra large, yeah. I'll have it gone by the time I get to where I'm going. Well, it's hard to say if they're planning on trying to get Biden out right now. And I'll tell you why. What's going on in Afghanistan is such a mess. Kamala doesn't want to become president right now. There's no. Would you want to be put in charge of this mess? You've got you really have kind of three crises going on right now. And a president being removed or resigning would add a crisis. One crisis is they're making a big deal in California right now over this recall. So that's a crisis they're dealing with. Kamala's going out there to try to save Newsom. But the two major crises, of course, are Afghanistan and the southern border. They're both disasters. And Kamala doesn't want to walk into that. They're not fixable by Democrats, because to fix both problems, they have to do the right thing, what Trump was doing, both at the southern border and Afghanistan. And even Trump would have a hard time. If Trump were in office right now, if he was in office today and Afghanistan was in its current situation, I think he could fix it. I really do. But other than Trump, no one can fix what's going on in Afghanistan. And Kamala does not want to take over the reins with Afghanistan and the southern border in the condition that it's in. It's a disaster. So it's really unknown if they're trying to get Biden out right now, because Kamala doesn't want to do it. She doesn't want to take oh my gosh. This lunatic almost caused a major accident in front of me. See, one of these bumper riders likes to brush up on people's bumpers. What a jerk. What a jerk. I'd show you, but I don't want to show the person in their license plate, but they're driving like a reckless lunatic. I'm a safe driver. I was in a bad accident about 15, 16 years ago where I almost was killed. It was not my fault, but it was scary. So I'm very, very cautious. Florida sun's coming up. Sun's so bright I gotta wear shades. Just got it. So now I know there are people in power that want Biden out right now. But if Kamala doesn't want the job, how can they do that, right? Can they force one president out and force a new one in? That's a big undertaking, you know. A lot of people are driving like nutcases today. I guess they're in a hurry. I'm not in a hurry. The road here, dealing with some lunatic drivers. This is a strange time on the road. Like I'm on the highway here in Florida, and part of the we have our tourists back in Florida. Although school's back in a lot of places, but tourists are always lost in Florida. They don't know the rules of the road. They don't know where the hell they're going. And when you're on a road filled with tourists, it's a mess. Yeah, it's a definite rental car. Oh, and a texter. That's the worst. So now, as many people in power that want Biden out right now, do you agree or disagree with me that Kamala doesn't want to take over the presidency with these disasters going on? I believe the Biden presidency is over at this point. I mean, Afghanistan is, 9/11 was like the way President Bush handled 9/11, as much of a creep as George W. Bush is, the way he handled things on September 11th and the couple of weeks after was historic. I mean, that him on the rubble with the firefighter with the bullhorn, I mean, I knew when I saw that, I'm like, this is history I'm watching. Heroic presidential history. Biden in Afghanistan is the complete opposite of that. Well, Biden I cannot remember her name, gosh darn it, but Biden just got rid of a big Obama operative that was working in the White House with him. She's a white woman. She worked with Obama. I can't remember her name, and she had this tongue twitch. When she would speak, she does this. Do you know what I'm talking about? Anyone know what I'm talking about? Cannot remember her name. She just left the White House in the last couple of weeks, and she was a big Obama operative that was working there. So maybe Obama has been pushed out of control a little bit in the Biden White House. Who knows? But we really we have no presidential leadership right now. This country is being run by the deep state and the bureaucracy. The White House is being run by staff members of Jill Biden. And I was talking a few minutes ago, if they did an analysis, it's public record, of the documents that Biden has signed in the last 7 months to do a signature match to see if they were signed by the same person, that would be an amazing story. Because I think there's a very good chance Joe Biden is signing for him a lot. can't pay attention to the chat while I'm driving. After I stop the stream later, when I get where I'm going, I'll look through it. Oh, the Trump rally tonight's going to be a historic rally. There's been no better time for a Trump rally than right now with what's going on in the world. And you notice how, Biden again tried to blame Trump for Afghanistan. Well, I'm just doing the Trump plan. All of a sudden, he wants to use around him being the commander-in-chief and keeping these people in line. But in that fake stage press conference with the pre-planned and rehearsed questions, when that public radio reporter got off the script, Biden hauled ass out of there. Boom, he was gone. Oh, I know. I can't wait to watch the rally either. It's going to be a big rally. It's going to be a good one. I really hope that the speakers that come out before him in Alabama tonight, that Marjorie Taylor Greene is one of them. Marjorie Taylor Greene's absolutely amazing. And she's really been going off on Biden the last couple days. She's about the coolest member of Congress, wouldn't you say? Out of and both houses of Congress right now, who is cooler than Marjorie Taylor Greene? MTG. They got AOC, we got MTG. I'd like to see her do like a ropes course or something against AOC. That would be hilarious. Oh yeah, she could be a Marine, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Like, remember they used to do Battle of the Network Stars? That athletic competition with celebrities? And like, if they had some version of that with Marjorie Taylor Greene versus the whole squad, but it would be better just her and AOC. She'd be victorious, no doubt. Oh, I wouldn't mess with Marjorie Taylor Greene. She'd kick all of our butts. Like, you could have the squad versus Marjorie Taylor Greene and Laura Loomer. That would be hilarious. And it would be great reality TV. Marjorie Taylor Greene, MTG versus AOC on TV. Oh man, they could do a pay-per-view and everything goes to charity. Well, guys, I'm going to take off because I'm going to get into a zone where there is not a good cell connection. So I'm going to sign off. I'll be watching the Trump rally tonight, no doubt about it. But go listen to my podcast from last night. It's not on YouTube yet, but I have it on all the podcast platforms. Very, very good podcast. And if you're new here, make sure you subscribe and click that notification bell. All right, guys? Take care. I'll see you.